Sean Strickland is going to completely dominate Dricus Du Plessis in their fight at UFC 297. I think this is going to be one of those type of fights where Sean Strickland really outclasses Dricus and makes him look like an amateur, similar to what he did to Izzy just a few months ago. And I have a clue as to why he's going to be so dominant in this fight. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you guys think that Sean Strickland's going to come out on top Dricus Du Plessis? Who wins and how do they win? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ultimate Punching, the Ultimate MMA channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to give you my breakdown as to why I think Sean Strickland is going to completely dominate Dricus Du Plessis. But before I do, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, it helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps me grow the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. So if we look at this fight right now, I think we have essentially two very distinct paths to victory. Now, there are a lot of people online who are speculating about the fact that Dricus Du Plessis is going to take down Sean Strickland and dominate him on the ground. But not so fast. Sean Strickland does have some pretty good takedown defense. And on top of which, he is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I think that he has an answer for any type of offense that Dricus Du Plessis puts forward on him in terms of the grappling department. He's contended with the likes of people like Jack Hermansson in the past who couldn't get really anything off on him in terms of grappling. And so is Dricus Du Plessis a superior grappler to Hermansson? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is. But what I will say is that I think Sean Strickland does have an answer for what a lot of people say is that he's going to take down Sean Strickland, beat him up on the ground, and win in that fashion. But I don't think that's going to happen, like I said. I think Sean Strickland's path to victory is, of course, in the stand-up department. I think if Sean Strickland is to come out on top in this fight, it's going to be a scenario where he essentially outpoints Dricus Du Plessis. He has the gas tank, he has the cardio to contend with Dricus for a full 5 rounds. Whereas Dricus, we don't know. He hasn't gone 5 rounds before. Now, a lot of people say that his cardio is not great. A lot of people say that his cardio is just underrated. But either way, I think when it comes to the cardio department, Sean Strickland certainly has an advantage there. And so ultimately, the path to victory to me for Dricus Du Plessis is he has to knock out Sean Strickland. He has to hit him with a really good shot and put him down, similar to how Alex Pereira did. Because if he tries to outpoint Sean Strickland, I think Sean Strickland is going to come out on top. Almost every single time that Sean Strickland fights to a decision, he either wins the decision or sometimes, like in his last fight against, what the hell's the guy's name? In his fight against Jared Cannonier, he lost a split decision, and some of the other losses on his record, other than the time that he got KO'd by Alex Pereira in recent years, it was all split decision losses, meaning one of the judges actually thought that he won, right? So my whole point is that if it goes to a decision, I think Sean Strickland is going to outpoint him. I think Dricus Du Plessis, his only path to victory is a KO. But Sean Strickland is really hard to hit. There's all the stats out there that basically say he does hard sparring all the time, but he gets hit the least out of anyone in these hard sparring sessions. And on top of which, if you look, he just did a grappling session with Magomed Ankalaev. He trained with Magomed Ankalaev, who's known as a really good wrestler. And you can see, and again, I don't know how hard Magomed Ankalaev is how hard of a time Ankalaev is giving him, but he had an answer for Magomed Ankalaev's grappling in that session. There's a video of it. And so if we're talking any type of takedowns, anything, I think Sean Strickland's going to be able to scramble to his feet. I think Sean Strickland's going to be able to outpoint him on the feet. The only thing he needs to really worry about is that KO power of Dricus Du Plessis, because I don't think that Sean Strickland is the guy to have that type of KO power, right? So really and truly what I think is that it's going to go to a decision, guys, and I think that decision is going to be a unanimous decision in favor of Sean Strickland, because I don't think Dricus Du Plessis is going to have anything to throw at Sean Strickland that he doesn't have an answer for. Now, this entire fight and the entire build-up has had a lot of drama with it. And what I will say is that at the press conference there back in December, Dricus Du Plessis hit a nerve. He got into Sean's head about some of the abuse that he suffered as a child. Now, I think, a month is probably enough time for him to kind of at least get his head right. So if he comes out and he fights his fight, I am very confident that Sean Strickland can get the job done. However, we still have the press conference to, if we're talking about a skills thing, I think Sean Strickland does have the skills. But if we are talking about a situation where Dricus Du Plessis can yet again get inside Sean Strickland's head at the press conference right before the fight, if he can get in Sean Strickland's head and throw him off his game and not fight his fight, I think Du Plessis does have a much better chance at winning. And I think another thing even just worth noting is the fact that Sean Strickland did say in his most recent podcast with Chris Curtis that he plans to stab Dricus Du Plessis if he brings up anything in regards to his childhood. Now, when I hear him say that, and then he did this video earlier today with Nina of him buying a knife, I just don't think he's serious. Right? Like, I feel like he's sort of playing into it. He's, sliding into the skid almost. You know what they say? Because, he would be crazy to throw this much money away. And, I mean, maybe he is crazy, right? So, the question is he sort of doing this to almost, play into it a little bit? Or is it, is he still mentally... Is he still having a problem with this mentally, a month after what Dricus Du Plessis said? And if Dricus sees this, is he going to, poke at this even more in the press conference, right? Because it's a sore point. I hit a nerve, right? It's a sore point for Sean Strickland. So is he going to do this? Is it going to be one of these things where he's able to throw Sean Strickland off of his game? Because like I said, if Sean Strickland fights his fight, I think he beats Dricus, right? But if he comes and he fights emotionally, fights angry, if he can't control himself in that octagon, then, to me, it's a lot closer. So anyway, those are my thoughts. From what I've seen, from everything that I've seen, I'm picking Sean Strickland to completely dominate Dricus Du Plessis for 5 rounds at UFC 297. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.